Hi, everyone. My name is Louise, and today I want to share something that can change your life. It's about persistence, about not giving up no matter how tough things get. Life is like a long road trip. Sometimes the road is smooth, and sometimes it's full of bumps. We all have dreams and goals, but along the way, we face obstacles. We feel tired, frustrated, or even hopeless. In those moments, it's easy to think, I can't do this. But here's the truth. You must keep going. Let me explain why this matters so much. Think back to when you were a baby. Do you remember? Learning how to walk? Of course not. But let me remind you what happened. When you were little, you fell down countless times while trying to take your first steps. Did you stop trying? No. You kept getting up over and over until you could finally walk. That same determination applies to your dreams and goals. You might stumble, but you have to keep moving forward. Here's another way to look at it. Imagine planting a tiny seed in the ground. Do you expect a tree to grow overnight? Of course not. It takes time. You need to water the seed, give it sunlight, and wait patiently as it grows bit by bit. Your dreams are just like that seed. They won't happen instantly. You have to nurture them with effort, patience, and belief. Don't stop taking care of your dreams. Keep watering them day after day. Life isn't always easy. Maybe you're working hard to learn something new, like English, and it feels overwhelming. Or maybe you're chasing a big goal, and it seems impossible to reach. But here's the thing. Failure is not the enemy. It's not the end of the road. It's part of the journey. Think about scientists. When an experiment doesn't work, do they quit? No. They analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and try again. You can do the same. Every failure teaches you something valuable. Let me tell you about some incredible people who refuse to give up. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He's the man who invented the light bulb. But did you know he failed over 1,000 times before he succeeded? Most people would have stopped after a few attempts, but not Edison. He kept experimenting, kept learning, and eventually, he changed the world. Imagine if he had given up after 50 tries or 500 tries. We'd still be living in the dark. Now let's talk about Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He once said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I was trusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. I've failed over and over again, and that's why I succeeded. Do you see what he's saying? His success wasn't because he never failed. It was because he kept pushing through his failures. Another inspiring story is about J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books. Her books are loved by millions of people around the world. But did you know she faced rejection after rejection before her books were published? She was a single mother, struggling to make ends meet. She wrote her first book in cafes because she couldn't afford a quiet place to work. She sent her manuscript to publishers, and they all turned her down. But she didn't let that stop her. She believed in her story and kept trying. Finally, one publisher said yes. Today, her books are famous, and they've brought joy to millions. What if she had given up after the first rejection? We wouldn't have Harry Potter. So, whenever you face setbacks, remember J.K. Rowling. Rejection isn't the end, it's just a step on your path. Keep trying. Keep believing in yourself. Now let's talk about you. Yes, you. You have dreams, don't you? Maybe you want to become a teacher, a doctor, or an artist. Whatever your dream is, it's possible. But you'll need to work hard and face challenges. Let me tell you about Nick Vujicic. Nick was born without arms or legs. Can you imagine how difficult life must be for him? But Nick didn't let his challenges stop him. He learned to swim, type, and even surf. He travels the world sharing his story and inspiring others. He shows us that anything is possible if you refuse to give up. Nick often says, "If I fail, I try again, and again, and again." If you fail, will you try again? The human spirit is stronger than we realize. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. So, when you face a big challenge, think of Nick. If he can overcome his struggles, so can you. Sometimes we all need a little help, and that's perfectly okay. Don't be afraid to ask for support. Your family, friends, and teachers are there for you. They want to see you succeed. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It shows that you're serious about your goals and willing to learn. So, if you're stuck, reach out for help. Let me share a story with you. When I was younger, I wanted to learn how to bake a cake. At first, I burned every single cake I made. My kitchen smelled terrible, and I felt like giving up. But then I reminded myself, don't stop trying. So I kept practicing. I watched videos, read recipes, and tried again and again. Eventually, I baked a cake that tasted amazing. It felt incredible to know that my hard work paid off. That's the power of persistence. Life will always have its ups and downs. Some days will feel easy and other days will feel impossible. But no matter what happens, keep moving forward. Keep trying. Keep believing in yourself. Remember, success doesn't come quickly. It takes time, effort, and patience. Just like growing a tree, you need to care for your dreams every single day. Water them with hard work. Give them sunlight with positivity and belief. One day, they'll grow into something amazing. So far, we've talked about why it's important to never give up. We've seen how people like Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, and Nick Vujicic kept going despite their challenges. Now let's talk about something else that can help you stay strong. The power of positivity. Words are powerful. They can lift you up or bring you down. When you're working toward your goals, the words you use matter a lot. Positive words can give you strength and keep you motivated. Negative words, on the other hand, can make you feel weak and discouraged. Let me explain what I mean. Imagine you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror. What do you say to yourself? Do you say, "I'm not good enough"? Or do you say, "I can do this"? If you choose positive words, they will help you feel stronger. For example, instead of saying, "I'll never learn English," try saying, "I'm learning English and I'm getting better every day." Positive words change the way you think. They remind you that you're capable of achieving your goals. Let's talk about challenges. Everyone faces them, no matter what they're trying to achieve. Maybe you're studying English, and you come across a word you don't understand. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," try saying, "I can figure this out." Instead of saying, "I'll never get it," say, "I'll keep practicing until I understand." Positive words help you see problems as opportunities to grow. Now, let's talk about mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's part of learning. But some people are afraid of making mistakes because they think it means they're failing. That's not true. Mistakes are lessons. They show you where you need to improve. For example, if you're learning English and you say the wrong word, don't be upset. Instead, think, okay, now I know what to say next time. Mistakes are not something to fear, they're something to learn from. Sometimes negative thoughts creep into our minds. You might think, I'm not smart enough, or I'll never succeed. These thoughts can stop you from trying. But here's the thing. You are stronger than your negative thoughts. When you hear that voice in your head saying, you can't do this, tell it, yes, I can. Believe in yourself. You have the power to change the way you think. Let me share another story with you. A few years ago, I wanted to run a marathon. At first, I could barely run for 5 minutes without feeling tired. My legs hurt, and I thought, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But then I started using positive words. Every time I ran, I told myself, you're getting stronger. You're doing great. Slowly, I improved. I ran for longer distances, and eventually I completed the marathon. It felt amazing to prove to myself that I could do it. Positive words made all the difference. Now let's talk about something else that's very important, asking for help. Sometimes we think asking for help is a sign of weakness, but it's not. In fact, it's a sign of strength. It shows that you're serious about your goals and willing to learn. Think about it. If you're stuck, wouldn't it be better to ask someone for guidance instead of giving up? For example, imagine you're learning English and you don't understand a grammar rule. Instead of feeling frustrated, ask your teacher or a friend for help. They'll be happy to explain it to you. Or maybe you're working on a project and you're not sure how to finish it. Ask someone with experience for advice. There's no shame in asking for help. In fact, it's one of the best ways to grow. Let me tell you about a boy named Sam. Sam wanted to become a great soccer player, but he wasn't very good at first. He kept missing the ball, and his teammates got frustrated with him. Instead of giving up, Sam asked his coach for help. The coach taught him how to improve his skills. Sam practiced every day, and over time, he became one of the best players on the team. If Sam hadn't asked for help, he might have given up. But because he was brave enough to ask, he achieved his dream. Asking for help doesn't just apply to big goals. It's useful in everyday life, too. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed with schoolwork. Talk to your teacher or classmates. They might have tips to make things easier. Or maybe you're struggling with something at home. Talk to your family. They care about you and want to support you. Now let's talk about teamwork. Sometimes we think we have to do everything alone, but that's not true. Working with others can make things easier and more fun. For example, imagine you're building a sandcastle at the beach. If you work alone, it might take a long time. But if you work with friends, you can build something amazing together. Teamwork is powerful. It helps you achieve more than you could on your own. Let me share one last story with you. A girl named Maria wanted to start a community garden in her neighborhood. At first, she thought she had to do everything herself. She tried planting flowers and vegetables, but it was too much work for one person. Then she had an idea. She asked her neighbors for help. Together they planted seeds, watered the plants, and took care of the garden. Over time, the garden grew into a beautiful space where everyone could enjoy fresh fruits and vegetables. Maria learned that asking for help and working together made her dream possible. So, remember this. You don't have to do everything alone. Surround yourself with supportive people who believe in you. Ask for help when you need it. Work together. with others. And most importantly, stay positive. Use words that lift you up, not bring you down. Life is full of challenges, but you have the power to overcome them. Keep believing in yourself. Keep trying, even when things feel hard, and don't forget to celebrate your progress along the way. Every small step forward is worth celebrating. So far, we've talked about the importance of never giving up, staying positive, and asking for help when you need it. Now let's talk about something else that can help you stay strong. Practical steps to keep moving forward. Sometimes, when we're working toward a big goal, it can feel overwhelming. For example, if you're learning English, you might think, there are so many words to learn. How will I ever remember them all? Or if you're trying to achieve something else, like running a marathon or starting a business, you might feel like there's too much to do. But here's the secret. Break your big goal into smaller steps. Let me explain. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. If you look at the top of the mountain, it might seem very far away. But if you focus on taking one step at a time, you'll eventually reach the top. It's the same with your goals. Instead of thinking about everything you need to do, focus on one small task at a time. For example, if you're learning English, don't try to learn all the grammar rules in one day. Start with one rule, practice it, and then move on to the next one. Small steps add up over time. Now, let's talk about how to stay motivated. Motivation is like fuel for your journey. Without it, it's hard to keep going. But sometimes, our motivation fades. When that happens, remind yourself why you started. For example, if you're learning English, ask yourself, why do I want to learn this language? Maybe you want to travel, get a better job, or talk to people from other countries. Remembering your why can give you the energy to keep going. Another way to stay motivated is to celebrate your progress. Even small wins are worth celebrating. For example, if you learned 5 new English words today, that's amazing. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you ran for 10 minutes without stopping, that's a big achievement. Celebrate it. By focusing on what you've accomplished, you'll feel more confident and ready to take on the next challenge. Let's talk about habits. Habits are small actions you do every day that lead to big results over time. For example, if you want to learn English, make it a habit to practice for 15 minutes every day. You could read a short story, listen to a podcast, or write a few sentences. At first, it might not seem like much, but over time, those 15 minutes will add up. Before you know it, you'll be speaking English confidently. Now, let's talk about something important: taking breaks. Sometimes we think we need to work non-stop to achieve our goals, but that's not true. Taking breaks is just as important as working hard. When you're tired, your brain doesn't work as well. So, if you've been studying or working for a long time, take a break, go for a walk, drink some water, or listen to music. When you come back, you'll feel refreshed and ready to try again. Let me share a story with you. A boy named Alex wanted to become a great artist. He loved drawing, but he wasn't very good at first. Every time he drew something, it didn't look right. He felt frustrated and wanted to quit. But instead of giving up, Alex decided to practice every day. He started with simple shapes, like circles and squares. Then he moved on to more complex drawings, like animals and people. Over time, his skills improved. Today, Alex is a professional artist whose work is loved by many people. What helped him succeed? He stayed patient, practiced every day, and took breaks when he needed them. Now let's talk about something else that can help you stay strong. Surrounding yourself with positive people. The people you spend time with have a big influence on you. If you're around people who encourage you and believe in you, you'll feel stronger and more confident. But if you're around people who are negative or critical, it can be hard to stay motivated. So, choose your friends wisely. Spend time with people who lift you up, not bring you down. Let me tell you about a girl named Lily. Lily wanted to start her own bakery. At first, many people told her it was a bad idea. They said, "It's too hard," or "You'll never make it." But Lily didn't listen to them. Instead, she surrounded herself with supportive friends and family who believed in her dream. With their encouragement, she worked hard, saved money, and finally opened her bakery. Today, her bakery is a huge success, and she's proud of what she's achieved. Lily's story shows us the power of surrounding yourself with positive people. Finally, let's talk about one last thing. Believing in yourself. No matter what happens, never stop believing in your ability to succeed. You are stronger than you think. You can overcome any challenge if you stay focused and keep trying. Remember, life is like a puzzle. Sometimes the pieces don't fit right away, but if you keep working on it, you'll eventually see the whole picture. Let me leave you with one final thought. Success is not about being perfect. It's about doing your best and never giving up. You might fall down along the way, but that's okay. What matters is that you get back up and keep going. Every step you take brings you closer to your dreams. Thank you for listening to my message today. I hope it inspires you to keep pushing forward, no matter what challenges you face. Remember, you can do it.